You know, this scene can't ever really happen at Might and Magic 7. You know, this convergence of different environmental types, with a dragon, like, straddling a mountain range and a tree trunk. Dwarf javelin thrower, Amazon, whatever, warrior. Just, like, poised to strike the dragon. Yeah, whatever. It's fantasy shit, it happens, right? And I mean, it's not just like, you know, like medieval fantasy, but, you know, fantasy that also blends science. Or rather, a fictitious interpretation of science. Technobabble. Welcome back to Might and Magic 7 for Blood and Honor. Thanksgiving weekend is done, and with it my 30th birthday. I'm ready to get started once again with this series. Now, I spent some time beforehand sifting through all of the comments. There is one particular comment chain that I spent a considerable chunk of my time on this evening, and that involves a bit of crunch involving monks and knights. I won't go in depth about it too much. It was left in the Archomage special episode, which was ever so long ago on this playlist now. I will show off an image for about 4 seconds to give you a glimpse of how much text there was. This is at 80% font size. But if you want to read the rest, you'll either have to pause and read the tiny print or flip back to that Archomage special episode. Okay. The crew here is level 48. They're raring to go to the land of the giants to slay Xenofex, and while we're there, perhaps pick up a dragon egg too, so that J2 can finally be promoted to a warlock. Now, during the several day break, I considered this game, and thought, well, this entire series has endeavored to show off the game to folks who've never seen it before, show off the various quests, show off the various dungeons, show off these 4 classes, you know, strengths and weaknesses, all manners of stuff. We've delved into alchemy, we've delved into the things that were entirely optional for us, you know, that would have had better odds of being seen in the next playthrough, all manners of good things. But one of the, I wouldn't call it like running themes, but like a minor, like, pinpoint in the background, is a nod to young Grimith, and this idea of, like, never taking too much time to do things because of the reasons. You know, we've had pathfinders, we've had explorers that have come along to expedite traveling. You know, it lowers score at the end of the game. It really just, like, my personal preference. Well, I thought to myself, like, if I'm gonna bother, like, say, going through the entirety of the maze and killing all the minotaurs and warlocks therein, why not just take the time to train? Otherwise, like, we're not gonna spend this gold, but then to just not use the experience points anyway just seems thoroughly useless. Like, to say, like, oh, cool, neat, we did it, but the reward was just to show you folks that it was there, and to remind me of what it looked like to be there, because I didn't remember the maze at all. So, I think past Grimith would understand. We're gonna train up to level 62. Before we do that, though, I'm gonna hop back into Castle Harmondale and grab these 2 lamps. Not that they make much of a difference anymore, these 2 lamps, because the amount of skill points we'll get for them, I mean, we earn so many per level now. It's pretty beautiful. And by the time we finish training, we're just gonna be smothered in experience and skill points. It's gonna be great. And hit points and spell points too. Good times all around. We've also got a little bit of crud to sell. We won't sell the Resurrection Scroll, but that body resistance, and might as well sell the Supreme Flail too. Nah, I guess we'll keep it. Another thing I considered, well, we'll talk about that a bit later in the episode. I don't think there's any other bookkeeping or accounting I want to do here. So let's fail the cast town portal a bunch of times. 70% chance, everyone. Let's see. When was today? The 2nd of September?
You look like you need a workout. Yeah! 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 Yeah!
One more time.
You look like you need a workout. Yeah! Yeah!
That takes us straight to the 21st. We train again, though. That will be the 1st of November. Let's go ahead and wait a few hours. I can't believe I have already specifically forgotten the exact window of like where like the breakout for like use your words effectively, Grimith. Of when you get the most of a thing in a month. It could be the 22nd, it could be the 23rd. We'll go with the 22nd. Let's go ahead and cast Protection from Magic. And why don't we treat Flailfist and Revocane here? 67 becomes... Okay, good. Yay. And if any horrible effects were going to happen, they couldn't because of Protection from Magic. Good. Now we have more training to do. To the new year we go. 62, 61. Everyone goes to 61.
Like yeah! 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 Yeah!
There, we chewed through a bit of our cash. Oh hey, we're not in the new year yet. We're close to it, though. I could technically finish the game before the new year. Huh. Neat. I didn't bother calculating how many days I'd spend training. I just assumed I'd be over. I'm not. Alright. Although, maybe we won't goof around in the arena again. Flailfist has quadruple digit hit points. Revocane 544, Vic 372, Princess J2 296. 499 spell points. We'll see some more there once J2 gets promoted again. Not bad, not a shabby hit point total, yeah? And of course, you know where those points are going. Yeah! Yeah! Same with Revocanes. 41 to 46 points of damage with a bow now. We could see some quicker attack results if I say found like a Griffin Bow of Darkness. And replaced Ulysses with that. We'd also see some better results if I upped up Revocane's speed too. At least getting plus 10 speed would make a difference. Vic, all that goes into Dark Magic of effectively 31 now. It's pretty good, pretty good. Princess J2 will hold on to them. Other than that, because I'm tired of failing Town Portal. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. With that done, let's pop by Pierpont. And visit Archibald. You know, he's been exiled to Clanker's laboratory. Let's see how he's doing. What he's been up to, you know. Hope he's doing well. He's eating right. We wish him no hard feelings, you know. We just ended up on the side of, well, the side of the advisors. Who came from beyond. What's up? Hello, my friends. You are still my friends, aren't you? My advisors, my lieutenants, Archibald spits out the words, have the pit and their dreams of conquest. I have come to realize they did not need me, nor do they want to study our art. They want a world where there are no kings, no loyalty, and no honor. Just them and their slaves. Well, they can have it. After the soul jars were stolen, my lieutenants just shrugged, as though it was wagon wheels or chickens that went missing, not the keys to immortality. We were so close to devising a way to keep the body from decay, after the ritual was performed. Now this, a setback that will cost decades. So, we have moved here, thanks to you, to continue our studies. For what it's worth, I have renounced my claim to the throne of Imroth. I don't think anyone believes me, but that shouldn't matter. This island is quite secure, and we have fixed the breach that let you infiltrate it in the first place. Good to see you again, my friends. You are welcome to visit anytime. Alright, Archie. Enjoy yourself. No hard feelings. All the best. Hugs and kisses. Head now to Nyon. Wait for J2 to recover. Good. Okay, everyone, we are off for fun and adventure. We are off to the tunnels of Eofol. Something else I considered during the break is whether I would actually have J2 use this weapon for the rest of the game. Not because of its immense power, but because how annoying it sounds to continually fire. And also because it's hard, it'll be hard for me and the rest of the group to get a word in edgewise. But I do want to show it off, at least for a segment. So I will, this episode. And maybe I'll revisit the School of Sorcery again, too. And, butcher them all. Just spell this motherfucker. But, I will at least keep it equipped for the tunnels to Eofol. I'm gonna go ahead and fix up one.
I did it again!
You did it again.
Perfect.
One potion of haste.
Suppose there's any gold in there?
There it is. I really don't think the loot is worth our time in here. You've got Medusae and Behemoths in here. I'm going to cast that, and I'm going to lower sound volume. As a matter of fact, we're going to lower all of the volumes. Because that's going to sound aggravating.
Got him.
But this is J2's moment to shine here.
Oh, yeah.
J2's hour of power. So kick back, relax, and reflect on the weapon technology of the ancients.
It's just a cut, but I need it fixed.
And think about all the time we spent
Got him.
learning and gathering other weapons, and how meaningful that really is now in the grand scheme of things.
That's it?
J2's like, well, when you put it like that. I don't think this is anything that's worthwhile to drink. Nope.
That's it?
Just a dwarven dagger here, on the path to the land of the giants. Okay, yeah, sure. We'll enjoy that. A whole dagger. Yeah, boy. Get your piping hot daggers here. Now just imagine if more than one person is using these damn things. Like if an entire team of people are using blasters.
Oh, yes.
And there's blaster rifles in this game, too, not just blaster pistols. An effective demonstration of what was lost during the silence. Though not particularly an exciting way to play the game. Which why to spend the immense, skill point investment, even taking J2 all the way up to 13.
Yes.
I'm thinking maybe lay off this after this video.
Ow.
I want to do it once, Gotta have some fun in life.
Let's leave it behind.
And I'm pretty confident that in the second playthrough,
Got him.
I'm not even gonna bother to equip this thing. I would just rather, butcher these enemies in other ways that don't sound as annoying. I think shrapnel doesn't sound as annoying.
Let's leave it behind.
Spell points plus 16, huh? That does technically add more spell points, and do you really need that little bit of extra speed? No, you look adorable wearing a fancy hat.
Oh, yes.
I reckon I can throw down regeneration.
It doesn't even hurt.
So this is the other, point in the game at which you see Medusae. And since you have to go to the land of the giants,
Doesn't even hurt.
as opposed to, the lower area of the, the red dwarf mines, this could be your first time seeing
That's
Medusae
it?
in this game.
That's it?
We don't really need treasure. We burned through a chunk of cash training up, but, yeah.
Let's leave it behind.
Crude bow? Okay. Never mind what you have to fight through in order to get that damn crude bow.
But I need it fixed.
What the hell ever, right?
Ow!
Finally!
Also, keep an eye on Flailfist's avatar, if you haven't done so. Too many enemies haven't gotten the opportunity to, fire at us in a meaningful fashion. But you could see Flailfist juke a few shots. He's got a 32% chance, effectively, or actually, I suppose that's 42, huh? Because that ring doubles it. Thanks to how weapons and armor interact with these skill-ups, unlike miscellaneous skills. So yeah, he's got a 42% chance to evade an incoming attack that, ends up targeting him.
This is worthless.
You'll pretty much see him duck down, like how, Revocaine will whenever Perception fires. Someone shooting us to the south. So you've got Queen Medusae, or as we learned, earlier in the series, Medusas.
Got him! Ow!
You've got queens, empresses, and the normal run-of-the-mill ones. A whole line of royalty. J2, you need to learn how to lead your target.
Ow!
But a scratch. Ah, but a scratch.
Either paralysis or, there you go. Flailfist dodges that.
But a scratch.
Or petrification effects that are being mitigated thanks to protection from magic. Poker Nose is in here. You can see that we're not too far from the area where we turned north and headed down.
That's it?
Personality plus 15. I guess that's not the worst. We're not gonna equip it, though.
Got him! Let's leave it behind. Let's leave it behind.
Steel Club.
Let's leave it behind.
Bunch of garbage and trash. Woohoo! This is the episode of pew 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 pew. I think we're just gonna have J2 stick with either air magic or water magic for attacking folks in the future. Unless I do say choose to revisit the School of Sorcery for whatever particular reason. Flailfist ducks again.
That's it?
Arcane Wand of the Fierce. Why don't you go ahead and cast Regeneration? You'll also notice the stunning power, essentially, of this blaster, because it ends up keeping enemies on lockdown just by hitting them constantly.
It's just a cut, but I need it fixed. Got him.
Off the top of my head, I can't even recall whether blasters can break.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
Let's leave it behind.
We might not actually find out. Plus 25 ID items. Julie looking a bit more expendable there now.
Doesn't even hurt.
I guess that's what I could do with the skill points. I could grab Identify Item Expert.
Let's leave it behind. You don't really benefit from that. But you're not really benefiting from the air resistance, so let's go ahead and drop it. Yeah. What the hell? Ow!
Ew. Alright. Good work, Medusa. I can't do anything about you. Have a nice life. Jackass! Go ahead and save the game here in case of a crash so I don't have to repeat this. Would not be too enthused if I did. Alright, we'll go down here. What the hell? Is there anything up in that north? No, it just looks weird on the map. Alright. Oh boy, a bit of ore.
It doesn't even hurt.
I'm not even bothered to have, like,
Ow.
spells cast. Other than, like, some basic stuff.
Yes.
No heroism. No shrapnel.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Doesn't even
blaster.
hurt. It's fixed. Oh, what a piece of junk.
What a piece of junk indeed. Get that out of the inventory. Trash. Oh. Oh, wow. Kurger released ore. Oh, man. Incredible. What bounty. It can rot there. That's getting a bit too much.
That's rubbish.
Another high personality belt. This stuff all like loops around to the same area. Our way forward is basically hopping across that. But I guess I can show that off too. No, that wall terminates, Grimith. Just like the lives of these behemoths. Basically, this little area is designed in case you fall. It looks kind of cool. I don't remember what's on the other side over here, though. Ah, another one of these things, like you see in the tunnels leading away from Stone City. Can I jump my way up here, or do I have to walk? Well, damn it. That one Medusa is going to be forever angry, but there's a condition I can't fix, her being stuck in a damn wall, you know? I'm going to save on the off chance I fall, because I don't want to have to make that walk again.
Ah, what a scratch.
Ancient weapon technology!
It's just a cut, but I need it fixed.
Princess J2 activating pay-to-win mode. Maybe another 7-8 minutes
Ow!
of exploring this place.
Oh, yeah.
We're mostly done with it.
Oh, yes. That's it. Let's leave it behind.
And then we'll be in the Land of the Giants. That's actually a worthwhile piece of equipment if we didn't already have Golden Chainmail. Something that's not a dumb, crude bow. I guess we'll keep that. I can turn in some nice stuff. So these narrow passageways that can be filled with behemoths can be difficult to route around if you have difficulty fighting them. But these behemoths don't have range attacks that can get caught on terrain features here, due to their large size. You can activate turn-based mode and, well, kite them all the way back to the tunnel, so long as you can clear out that initial opening area. And that leads to this spot. But when you can continually stunlock these critters, even the ancient ones, so that they have immense difficulty approaching you to begin with, you don't have that much of a problem at all. Good job, behemoths. Oh! They were sort of wiggling their way through there.
Got him.
Go team. Some of the most powerful entities in the entire continent. Well,
That's it.
in, on, whatever. And here they are, just ripped apart. I will say, this series has not been the one to demonstrate the greatest, like, challenge or difficulty, though there have been moments. And that just ends up being, like, a mixture of, like, my game knowledge, the comprehensive nature of this playthrough, where I've shown off so much stuff that, you know, even if I weren't playing that great, or, like, prioritizing different things, we'd still have a lot of experience points, and we'd just still have a lot of equipment and gear. Just from all the places I've been, and all the stuff I've fought. You know, only a matter of time until you get this really good stuff. This leads back to the behemoths, well, where that was. Jumping here takes us to these three Medusae, and then up north here to a corner where I turned around before I went to fight the behemoths. Flailf is ducking another shot.
It doesn't even hurt.
Oh no, Torchlight is gone.
It doesn't even hurt.
Malite. Our characters have spent several hours fighting here.
Ow!
No, can't leave body behind of gold pieces. Ah, good times.
I'm tickled. Maybe despite all that training, we'll get this playthrough done in the 2-year time span anyway. That was not my... that was not my intent at the start of this episode.
Oh, yeah.
If only I'd done the math beforehand. Could have had her wearing that instead of the damn Clanker's amulet after I made the haste potion. Not as if it's been that big of a deal.
Let's leave it behind.
Can't even tell what that is. Blades.
Let's leave it behind.
Sparks. Eh.
Oh, yes!
Trains approaching. That's been us this entire section. Only a few more enemies left.
It doesn't even hurt.
Oh, yes!
Just a few more behemoths separating you from the outside. You'll notice that we fired those shots away off at a considerable distance. We don't even have to get that close to hit enemies with this damn thing.
That's it?
It's that good. Just spewing death and destruction. You know, there would be a larger recovery time if I did not quaff the haste potion, but why not haste? One of the things that Greyface's like mod/bug fix patch adds is an option to adjust like the recovery time
That's it?
of blasters. Like or I think like Greyface has it set to like 5 in his, and you can either set it like leave it at 5 or set it to
Let's leave it behind.
the game's default, which is 0. So at least there's some hiccup. Some little bit of recovery time.
Oh, what a piece of junk.
Yes, we do wish to leave the tunnels of Eofol. After I adjust these volumes and retire the blaster. Until further notice. You receive a telepathic message. My friends, I know you are working with my old advisors, but I must ask for your help one more time. With the aid of equipment I have found in my new laboratory, I have discovered that my brother Roland, husband to Queen Catherine of Arathia, remains imprisoned by the devils in their foul, dwelling. I overheard that you're on your way to do battle with them. This equipment really is wonderful, and I want to make sure it goes well. My brother has stolen the key to their leader's chambers, and has hidden it in the beastly cage they're keeping him in. Please rescue him. Not even I can bear to think of my brother in those conditions. To help you along, I offer this weapon. It was found by my loyal servant, Sergeant Piridak, amongst my advisor's personal belongings. I hope it helps. And that is a second blaster. J2, the keeper of guns. And here we are now, in the land of the giants, where the enemies that you encounter are dragons, titans, and devils. You, of course, may recall this music track. I'll let you enjoy it a bit as we end this episode. Next time will be much of a shorter one. It'll focus on a few... well, you'll see when we get there. Take care. Oh, one more thing. That message that we got there from Archibald was the sequence-breaking thing I warned about if we came here to the Land of the Giants earlier. You could come here before you even choose a path. He talks to you different. Naturally. I think he talks to you as if you were on the light path. And so, like, if you're on the dark path, well, it's a bit revelatory. Like, yeah, like, if we came here before he was ousted, that would sound weird, right? And what the hell was it that he handed us? A blaster? We can't even use that. Whatever. Take care. Thanks, Trey.
What, the hotkey not work? I said in.